She throws her waist into the air and swings her arms like the waves of the sea. She holds up a firm, beautiful smile as she sways her body in the wind and takes some dance steps. She dances as though she is the spirit of dance. The rattles on her arms and those on her ankles click and clatter at every step she takes to further accentuate the ritual of the dance. It is like a spell that holds everyone down, a sight they could not resist, a charm that has put them in the pocket of the strange woman. They didn't know her name, so they called her Uju, for they describe her as a woman that's filled with flesh and beauty. When she moves her waist, her hips sway and her name rings a bell in their ears. Her dance has crested her name on the lips and in the hearts of all the men in the village. This is the story that Nana tells her sons and the sons of the community, to those who derive pleasure in following any waist that wears jigida and wants them to be careful lest they have a pact with an evil maiden. Nana tells them that the most deadly things are packaged in the finest bodies.
Hello story lovers, welcome to Nana's Fairy Tales, where we share amazing and interesting stories. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get notified when we upload another enchanting tale.
The village is still quiet. The tired farmers had gone to lay their bodies on their beds to ready for the stress that lies the next day. The children are still playing around the fireplace, waiting for Mama Nuku to tell them a story. They were sitting around the fire giggling and laughing when they began to hear the strange drum, a rhythm they have never heard in their lives. The men that had retired to bed woke up. The children trailed behind them to go and know where the sound was coming from. The drum was sounding in the distance, but there was a dancer standing right in front of them. She throws her waist in the air and lifts her feet to the rhythm of the drums. When men look at her charm is hard to resist, and in her eyes is an ungodly fire that draws them like a bait and keeps them enchanted for life. This strange woman dances every night. Some people call her the night dancer. Whenever she is dancing, she invites men to come dance with her, and when they do, such men will be enslaved to her forever. They will build at her beck and call, forsake their families. The older women say that she ties the men between her thighs. Women try to protect their husbands from the evil night dancer, but some promiscuous men get lost and enchanted by the waves and moves of her waist and thighs. While she dances, such men abandon their families and follow the strange woman who doesn't have a name or an identity. The evil dance continued every night, and the king gave an order that the village guards should tame her and bring her to the palace prison. The village guards went and never returned. They were seen the following night having a dance with a strange woman. No one knows what the strange woman gives to the men, but once they go have a dance with her, they lose their manhood. They lose the potency to make their wives pregnant. That was when men's eye began to clear and they began to ask questions. They wondered who the strange woman was and the charm she uses on them. All the wise men and historians of the community were consulted, but none of them could tell who the strange woman was. A wise Dibia that lives in the forest saw the woman one night while she does her evil dance. He stood at a distance and looked at her for a while. Then he yelled at her, "Ekene, daughter of the 7 seas, offspring of the sea snake." The pretty smile on the woman's face while she danced gradually disappeared. She looked at the Dibia with scorn, hissed, and left. For some nights, the villagers noticed that the strange woman no longer comes out to dance at night. They kept wondering what could have gone wrong and where she could have gone to. The Divya told them that the strange woman was a young woman born in that community many years ago. She lived with her stepfather who battered her mother and abused her. She developed hatred for men in their village and always does anything she could to deal with men. History has it that she never married while she lived, but used her beauty to draw men, promiscuous men, and turn them into servants in her house. She died in her youth while she went for swimming. She drowned in the sacred river of the sea snake and thus lived with the snake as his adopted child. She comes on land to lure men to the sea and feed them to her pets. If she's merciful enough, she will take away their manhood and return them as empty men. Once her identity is revealed, she leaves that vicinity and goes to another faraway land and continues her men hunting. There was pin-drop silence in the village as the Divya told this tale. The men that were enchanted by her dance bowed their head in shame. They knew it was over for them. They have had an evil relationship with the daughter of the sea snake and should expect one calamity or the other on their families. And this is the story that Nana tells her sons and the sons of the community, those who derive pleasure in following any ways to their various jigida, and warns them to be careful lest they have a pact with an evil meaning. Hope you enjoyed Nana's story. Drop a comment, please help us grow, and always come back for more tales. Thank you for watching.